resources.
Can you guys see the screenshot? Everything right? Good, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, Daddy. Yes.
Bro, I'm fucking recording a video, man. Come on. Anyways,
All right, all right, all
right, lock in, lock in. So, alright, uh, that aside, we can see right here that we have the first presentation, and then we also have this rejection block right here that I really like to gauge. Para was acting like a dickhead, so like I couldn't get my thoughts together, but this rejection block would have been probably an entry potentially. So let's see if we can find some further entries. We have a turtle tip, maybe we can have an immediate rebalance into a short just round about here. It is a bit of a higher risk one, but oh yeah, we're not at the macro time, so I can chill out a little bit. That's fine. So I'll wait for the macro time and let's see what we can do. So what I'm kind of gauging potentially is the
Can't use
A30.
at 8:30.
Yeah, yeah, it was the CPI, not NFP. NFP.
Oh,
I can gauge
okay.
the NFP lows being taken out. Reason being is because we swept important liquidity, in this case previous day high, and we are in a monthly fair value gap as well, a bearish one. We also tapped into this fair value gap round about here as well, just by the wick, literally. So this is all screaming to me bearish as well. We have a failure to make new highs right here in this trend line in this case, right? I don't trade trend lines, but it's good to identify failure swings. This liquidity will not get taken out just because we also have a rejection block right here and we respected it quite nicely as well. So all these factors in aside, I want to look for shorts for the time being. We've also got a bit of low resistance liquidity around here as well. So all of this is a very good recipe to go lower. And we also have the end dog, and price is a magnet to the end dog. And also the last but least thing is this fair value gap right here. We kind of wicked into the wick, but we still have some more liquidity, and we also have Asia low. I don't think we're gonna reach Asia low today, but it's good to look for a trade. So yeah,
I fucking hate trading view. Just saying.
fair enough.
I pressed shorts 1 minute ago. It executed me 45 seconds later at the low of the previous 1 minute candle. Resetting my paper account again. What that does not make sense.
All right,
It
that's
can't be
that's
my
why
internet.
that's why you set limit orders, bro. So
What?
that's why you set limit orders. There's actually slippages
No,
also
I want to market enter right there.
yeah, no, there's
I don't
some
want the gap. I just wanted to enter as soon as the candle closed. And the candle, the what's it? Let me see. The 9:47 candle. I wanted as soon as it closes to enter. It closed and it entered me at the low of the next candle. It took an entire minute to enter me. But
yeah,
fuck it, I'm gonna hold
fair
my entry.
fair enough. So what I want to do is that I want price to rebalance to this fair value gap in this case. We have rejected quite a bit, so potentially for the lack of liquidity that we have in this case, we might actually rebalance into this fair value gap right here, giving me an entry. Um, in this case, the stop loss is quite tight. It's just like a what 20-point stop loss. Yeah, it's a 20-point stop loss. So it is quite tight for a
The
turtle tip.
first presentation is at 9:34, 9:34, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, so this is a bit of a tight stop loss in this case right here. We got a 20-point stop loss. It says 18 here, but it's actually a 20 point. There you go. I have a 20-point stop loss, and my take profit is around 146 points. So it is a lot of risk, and like the reward as well is quite. It's a very tight risk and loads of reward as well. I got tapped onto my trading view, but I didn't get tapped on my paper trading account. So I can mark it for the sake of the video, but on the live stream. But in this case, I don't know what to do because like I had my limit orders literally
I
right here.
added a bit more to my position on this
There you go. I
second
got tapped.
retracement
I got tapped.
because I wanna risk properly. I'm risking 0.5% right now.
That's fine.
Yeah, not risking much
So
because those highs up there are annoying me.
yeah, that's fine. That's completely fine. I'll mitigate my risk as we go right now. But we are in the macro, so I want to frame an entry within the macro. So I like this fair value gap fill at 950. So I'm sticking by this fair value gap fill right here. In case I do hit stop loss, I'll go into drawdown recovery protocol. The only
Nice move.
anyways, as I was saying,
There we
the
go.
only thing that makes me a bit meh is the fact that we are in a high time frame FEG as well in the 30 minute and the hourly.
Check
I
the
don't want to.
5 minutes real quick, Oron.
Yeah, I'll check the 5 minutes. Yeah, we also have this low right here. So potentially, what I'm gonna do is put my stop in profit, but the main thing as well about this is that we had a very nice dump in price. So I really have good hopes for this trade in this case. Let's see who joined the call as well, just for a second. Oh, it's Para that did the live stream. That's fine.
Check the 5 minutes real quick.
Yeah, I'm checking the 5 minutes. So we have this sell side liquidity right here, that 835 one, and
I
it
don't
is
see it on your screen's dead for me.
my screen's dead. Hold on. Um, Rick, can you see my screen
Probably
share?
just me.
Yeah, man.
It's
Probably.
probably just me. Can you see
Yeah,
it, Rick?
yeah. If Rick can see it, then probably Carla can see it as well.
Oh yeah. Anyway, you see those two up candles, green candles, not there, below, like 3 candles back
This
from
one,
where we are right now.
this one. Africans what
No, no,
coming from
no.
we are right now.
Yeah, those.
Yeah.
That's a propulsion block. Those 2 candles,
Mm.
right? The
Yeah.
candle
We
that
also have.
swept previous day's high becomes an order block, and that's a
Yeah.
propulsion block.
Yeah.
Do you see the reaction on the propulsion block
Oh
of
yeah.
the body of the
Yeah. I
second
get what you're talking
candle?
about. This one right here. Yeah. It
Yeah,
was a very good reaction. I really
that
liked
is
it.
really clean, and that's where I entered. And now we're
Yeah,
doing
that
really
was
good.
very clean
Yeah.
as well. So the thing is, I can't partial right here because like I'm in full size, like just one mini. So that is the main problem. What I want to do is, as soon as we sweep this sell side liquidity, I want to bank in at the very least about 2R in this case. So 400 was my main risk. So I'm gonna bank in
I'm gonna
800.
partial at the low of the 833 candle.
That's fine. So what I'm gonna do right now is actually potentially add on to my trade, but I would like to wait for the last 5 minutes in this case right here, just in case. So anything could happen. In terms of trade management, I want this candle close to be closed just at this wick of this order block right here. We did have a pretty decent close, so I don't mind that, to be honest.
I don't like this close, to be honest, because we closed
Yeah,
fully above the gap.
yeah, it doesn't look that good, to be
We
honest.
didn't displace the 937 low.
Yeah,
We
so we swept the
swept
937
it.
low. My main target in this case, like it does look like it's a potential high resistance liquidity run in this case. So
Yeah, this is pretty.
yeah, so maybe I'll get retraced into my entry, or potentially this 50% of of this fair value gap right here before going lower, of course. The reason why we potentially might have a high resistance liquidity run is just because we have barely any failure swings in this case, and this liquidity left up top might be doing something as well. Right now, as it is, I'm probably not really thinking of holding this trade right here. I'll gauge the candle close. If we close below this fair value gap right here, I'll trade my stop loss to this high.
Also, look at
Mm,
ES.
yeah.
ES
Okay.
is.
So I'm gonna trail my stop loss just around about here. I don't care if they get taken out. At the very least, I'm not in drawdown. Just because this recovery from this big drop right here was very, very weird. I don't like it personally. So I'm not really into it. If I don't hit my stop loss, then I'm chilling. If I hit my stop loss, I'm chilling either way. Really not that big of a deal.
I'm also watching how the hourly closes. If you close, look at an
Yeah,
inside
so
candle, I
yeah,
would
okay, I'll play my
instantly.
entry.
I would not trade anymore because accumulation.
Yeah.
We did just have a big move, so this could be accumulation here.
Yeah, we can see right here that like the fact
Okay,
that
I'm out here, break even.
yeah, so we can see right here
Oh,
that
small loss. It's fine.
this candle right here we kind of closed it within this fair value gap. I really liked it, but then we made it open low and then just high right here. So the way
Okay,
my entry looks
look at this 15 minutes.
well, yeah, that's what I was talking about.
15
This
minutes is not
high time
much.
from FEG. In this case, it's 30 minutes. That is something that really tickled me. I didn't have that much faith in this case as well. I really liked the drop, and I was hoping that was gonna continue, but it just didn't. So it's not much of a problem. So oh, we got news at 3 o'clock. It's just like a green folder news in this case. I want to frame this 5 minute order block or this propulsion block you're talking about. So looking into this and looking into this as well. In terms of a RTH gap, we can see it not filling up because on the daily time frame we still have this strong liquidity and we still have a goal of rebalancing. That's the main thing. So we could potentially go bullish to take out this buy side liquidity. So I am gauging both sides in this case. I am leaning more towards bearish just because it's a sell model in my eyes, right? So the reason why I believe it's a sell model is just because the way price is behaving is very high resistance. It's generating liquidity in this case, just here. So this would have been my drawn liquidity, but the price has other ideas for my entry in this case. And I don't mind like hitting my break even because I could have been like running the profit in this case. So okay, all right, there you go. In this high time frame PO3, we do have a bit of a seek and destroy type of pattern right here. So
Gotta wait
I'll
4 minutes if I don't see anything interesting I'm out. Because I don't think this is gonna redistribute.
that yeah, that's
It's
fine.
just gonna be accumulation, probably for PM session to do something. Because we already made a big move at 8:30.
Yeah, that's fine. So this is the pattern in this case that we're having right now. It looks like a bit of a SBS from a stoic trader, but I don't really trade SBS. So we can see right here that we have this highs being formed, right? And then we have a intermediate sweep as well. So in this case, even though I don't believe it could be, this could be like a mini 2022 model in this case, right? We have tapped into a 50-minute liquidity pool right here. So this could actually be a 2022 model reversal to go bullish in this case. Let me just frame this 50 minute. Yeah, yeah, I can see it clearly actually. This could be a 2022 model reversal. In this case, we could take out previous day highs again, and yeah, it does look very interesting to me. What I'm gonna do is I'll go micros in this case, just because it's better for risk management and everything. I want to put a limit order at this order block swing, and I want to aim for previous day high in this case. So that's my target, and this would be my limit here. So one thing about every MMXM is that we have a order block
I'm
swing.
trying to long here personally. I see something
Yeah. So
that makes me believe this could go long.
I mean, we have a high volatility open as well. So like, it could happen that we could get stopped out. So I'm putting a 20-point stop loss in this case. So 50 and 30. There you go. That's my 20-point stop loss right here. And let's see if I get tapped into.
And wait, where was it? Feel 3 minutes is kind of screaming bullish to me.
This open right here. We might reclaim this low right here on the new candle, and then run to my thing, because we are accumulating liquidity in this case right here. We have this little
AM open.
liquidity pool in
Okay.
this case.
AM open continues higher and takes the high. I might just TP there because then candle opens went high, no low end. Know what I mean?
No.
So the hourly candle opens, it just instantly runs up to these highs. Open high. What about low and close?
Yeah, but you're talking about it. You're talking about the hourly on a 1 minute. This is literally the first minute. You can't talk about
Yeah,
OHLC in the 1 minute. You have to wait for the macro
you
candle.
actually you actually can because you are inside of the candle and you're seeing how it forms.
Yeah, but the low can happen either like a 10 10 10 20 like type of thing, right? You have open low, yeah, that's fine, but this is the opening price. You still don't know where how the low is gonna form up until it forms within the time frame, right? This is not an indication of price going up or down as it is yet, okay? So I really want to enter in this trade to be honest, but I don't think we can find anything. Uh, I really want an order block swing in this case, but I might have to settle for less here. So I'll go right. I'll put a limit just right here, and I'll halt
Also, if you look
price.
at the 3 minutes, and look at 9:51, it's a sweep. And then at 9:57 we tap into the wick again. It's kind of like it looks like a like a CRT entry model, kind of.
Yeah, no, no, I get what you mean. Yeah, because like the main thing is right in terms of my model and what I'd like to see in trading is, remember what I told you about the BC and the CB. Like this
Mhm.
is the full fair value gap, right? And this is the this BC right here. What's remaining? I want this to get filled for me to enter.
My
My
long is going good. I'll move my
yeah,
stop in profits.
my long idea was valid. The fact that I didn't get tapped in was is fine to be honest. So yeah, like
It did, it did tap the. Okay, never mind.
round. No, I didn't tap the 50%. It just
Yeah, yeah. It tapped the higher parts and it just
yeah,
went up.
just like
I
very
entered at the high of the FVG because it wants to be bullish. I don't really want it to go to the lower 50%. It's just what I think.
it depends on the order flow. To be honest, this is not like a strong.
Obviously, yeah,
It's
obviously.
not a strong enough
But
order flow.
price can switch from bearish order flow to bullish.
Yeah,
And we are in the macro of the 10 a.m. open. So order flow
yeah.
can change. And there you go.
So my idea was right that we seen a 2022 model right here. The execution, I mean, it was a bit like a bit of a choppy one, but it's fine to be honest. As long as my idea was right, I don't
I
mind.
get out at the high to mitigate my losses for today, and that's it for me, pretty sure.
Yeah. So the area that I'm targeting, as I've mentioned, is this buy side liquidity right here. We are making a bit of a
Actually,
front run in this case as well. Um, yeah, it's pretty bullish. There's nothing that screams shorts in
a
today's price
partial
action.
right here, and I'm gonna let the rest run.
So, okay, what can I see here potentially for a chasing entry? We are still within the macro times, right? The low was a 958. So, in terms of OHLC, right, it's more of a percentage thing rather than anything else. From what I've heard from someone, is the low and the high or the high. So one of them two, the low or the high of the candle will get formed around this time frame 70% of the time or somewhere around that. I don't know how accurate the information is, but I just know that like macros are very important to find an entry. So yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff to be honest. So I would like to look into it a bit more. I really like this. So this one in this case should be. I would like it to be an IOFED, but let's have a look. We still have this 5 minute order block, and I want to frame this because this can also be a turtle soup to go lower. But as it is right now, I really don't think the price will go lower in this case. But
It didn't even take the high.
yeah,
Just tapped into the wick. But look at
let's check.
ES.
Yeah, I'm checking ES right now.
If NQ takes the high here, and obviously ES is not going to because of how much closer NQ is, and we start to see bearish
You know,
reaction, I'm gonna see fully.
you know one thing about SMT. SMT doesn't work with order flow. It becomes six sister. Right now, price action is bullish. Whether or not ES takes the high,
Yeah, I know it's
I will.
bullish. That's why I said if it starts creating bearish structure, then I'm gonna get out. So currently it's gonna be six sister because why? Order flow is bullish. But if I see bearish price action, then I'm gonna just
Yeah,
exit
in this case, we
because
had an
you never
IFED.
know.
So this is the way that it went
That's a
basically.
clean tap too. What the fuck?
Yeah, it was to the AM first presentation as well to
Jesus,
look at it.
that is a clean one.
We've had a double sweep in this case, making a 2022 model right here, and then price went up in this case right here, and it's probably gonna go for a sweep in this higher. The main thing is that I want to have a look at how price reacts because we were in a 30-minute FEG, so this is really like kind of tickling me. I want to know how I can enter and what would be the safest entry in this case for me. So let me just quickly go here. There you go. 1 minute. Yeah.
I'm still
Yes.
seeing bullish reaction. The down candle that we just went into with this candle,
Yeah,
we kind of
I
respected.
really like this, and we also used the we inverted the 5 minute
50% of it
FVG
and
as
the
well.
body. Let me check the body.
Yeah, the body.
We tapped the 50% of the body. This is
Yeah,
just clean.
This was a
I
very
like
clean long
this.
just happening in the macros. The macros are very powerful in this case. There's important macros and non-important macros as well, but like I feel like the silver bullet time-based macros are the best for the entries. So potentially, like I've missed this trade right here, but it's not that big of a problem. Um, in this case, my target has been reached. I was just aiming for this high right here, the daily high. So I am not like looking to get any into any trades as it is because we are in too much of a premium price. Price can go for a swing up to the zero point 0.5 deviation, even up to the my daily drawn liquidity, which in this case
How'd
is
you
this
draw the
high.
deviations? Can you show?
Yeah, how do you draw the
Oh wait,
deviations?
wait, was that daily?
That's daily, yeah.
The gap?
Yeah,
On
so
on CFDs, we are already in the gap.
yeah,
Futures were
because
not.
CFDs is gay. That's why. Anyways, so the way you frame standard deviations, this is actually a good example. I think I'm glad you told me about them. So right here. So in this case, this is the one that doesn't wait properly. Yeah, there you go. So in this case, these deviations can't tell us the targets. So this was the manipulation leg, which caused the 2022 model to happen, right? As you can see here, we swept this high, so we broke the structure in this case. But then we broke the structure again. So this was the manipulation. And we can see right here that we reached 0.5 of the deviation. So we can go for a scalp targeting the -1. So this is potential target, so 160, so just about what 40 points. So I'm glad you told me about checking the deviations right now, because potentially can get
Yeah, but I
scalped.
don't like the slow few candles that we're having right now. Uh,
It's just
I would
a
like more
time thing.
energy.
No, it's just a time thing, to
But
be honest.
I do believe in the bullish order flow. The gap at 930, 953 and the gap at 1002 barely tapped those, and it gave us strength to go higher.
Yeah.
So I do think this
So
is still bullish. I don't see
yeah,
any displacement
I've done a
lower.
market order just right here, minimizing my risk as much as I can, just because I want to trust this wick specifically right here. I want to trust this wick.
Yo, let's
I
go. My
am.
YouTube video got 5 views.
Damn. We are
5 views, bro.
we are in a lot of premium order flow. Wait, hold on. I'm not even in my yeah. I'm not in the streaming account. This is a streaming account. Hold on, my bad. Okay, hold on. I'll retake the
But you
value
should
just
have
in case.
multiple paper accounts?
Yeah, bro.
The hell? I didn't know that.
Okay, so
No way.
I've came a bit late in this entry, but it's fine. So that means I'm gonna have to just make my stop loss a bit. I've just have to increase my stop loss. Hold on, I've got a text. Your package. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So I've opened up my risk a little
Those
bit
wicks,
because
man.
this was a pretty bad entry in terms of stop loss management. So that's why I've opened up my risk a little bit.
Not really. I think your stop loss is good because it shouldn't
Nah,
return down there anyway.
it can. That's the thing. So right now, like price is just
It
accumulating in
shouldn't.
spots
It's
because
better because if it wants to keep the bullish order flow, it doesn't need to retest the 50% of the order block again. It just has to go up here.
I mean
And this tiny down candle that we created a few candles
it's
before is I
it's
think it's order block
agree to
kind of.
disagree as well, because you have to think about that this could be a potential turtle soup, so we're generating liquidity to make a turtle soup. So in this case, I'm just
Possibly.
yeah,
Okay, let's see how the
I'm
candle
putting my break
closes.
even right here because potentially this can be a turtle soup.
Yeah, I don't fucking like I mean my stop loss is below the order block that you have marked and you
Hmm.
got your entry buff off because if it goes down there I don't fuck with this anymore. For
Yeah,
now I can hold this. Already partial for 200,
I'm just partially for
so chilling.
like for two micro. Actually, I mean I don't even need to partial, to be honest. I'm risk free in this case.
Okay, there comes the order flow, baby. Nice. So I took a break even today. Yeah, yeah, no, wait. Yeah, what was yesterday? I didn't trade yesterday. I traded on Wednesday. Wednesday, one win. Today, one break even, one win. Doing good. They're doing good. We're doing
Yeah,
good,
this
man.
was a good scalp, to be honest. Like I'm really glad that again that you told me
Yeah, at
to check
first
the
it looked
deviations.
extremely bearish,
Wait, hold on.
especially because of 5 minutes. So that kind of tricked the fuck out of me.
Yeah, there you go.
But
That's
then,
my TP
glad I
confirmation
saw
here.
this 10 a.m. entry. Glad I did.
Yeah, it's hold on. Let me just use the magnet tool to
I
like
don't even know
lash.
I caught that, to be honest.
There you
We
go. Lashed it properly now.
take that.
So yeah, this is
We take that.
the -1 deviation. I've hit my break even right here, and that's completely fine. So again, I mentioned that this could be a tail tip, so we just have to get you 5 minutes in this case. So I'm gonna go on NQ on this chart and check the 5 and 15 minutes.
Immediate rebalance in the 1 minute.
Yeah, hold on, let me
We
check.
did close above the
So yeah,
high.
on one side I have NQ on the 1 minute, and the other side I have NQ on the 5 minutes. So let's have a look, because these equal highs right here, right? At the same time, I'll explain everything step by step. So we have these relative equal highs right here, all taken out on this candle right, like just round about here. So I want to see the reaction from price from this, because we
And
have swept
also
the
look
recent
at where
highs.
the hourly candle opened and look at where it is now. It has not set a low one. So
Yeah, yeah. So in
I
terms
am
of,
getting out here. I'm getting out here.
okay,
I
hold
got
on,
out.
I'm getting confused. So in terms of OHLC right now, we have the open right here, the open, yeah, opening price high, and we swept important liquidity. The low, which was the same hour, and the close should be to rebalance somewhere in this case. The daily draw that I have can get hit, so we swept liquidity on both sides. It is very both sided, but I need, or at least I would like, price to rebalance somewhere. So we have this fair value gap BC right here, we have this other BC right here, and we also have this order block right here. This is already dipped into the discount. We've taken out, I've got too many drawings, so I'll just delete this. We've taken out this liquidity right here. We made equal lows right here, right? So this should be enough liquidity to take us to the -1 deviation, in this case, just about here. So me hitting my break even in a certain way was a mistake, but it could have been a turtle soup in this case. So yeah, let me just get back my order block right here. There you go.
Yeah, but if anything, I'm looking for short stand. The current short that you see me have on is one lot. So I made 300 from this long. I'm risking 30 right now. Less.
Yeah, so the 1.5
You know.
deviation looks like a lot more valid because of this 2023 model. So in terms of re-entry, I could look for re-entry. Reason why I'm sizing less now is because this would not be my favorable entry. So if I want to chase a trade, I go less size. If I snipe a trade, I go for more size. Let's say hypothetically, if I caught this long, I would be in with 5 macros. If I'm gonna long right now, I'd be in with only 2 macros, just because I have to open up my risk to get some money, right? In this case, the 1.5 deviation. So this is why I'm lowering my risk a lot. So I want to see this order block hold. We had the order block swing right here in the form of this wick right here. So the only invalidation point is this order block low. I want to target the -1 deviation, potentially putting a partial in as well, just because I'm managing my risk. Then I'm gonna target for this buy side liquidity, so it's gonna be
I'm out here from the shorts. How much am I up for today? Around 200. That's pretty good.
so okay. We might hit a 5 minute immediate rebalance right here. Potentially that can be a shout to hit this immediate rebalance, but that's a potential. We are in the silver bullets, and I want price to reach this drawn liquidity in this case. And also, last thing, it digs deeper in this monthly fair value gap. I want this monthly fair value gap to get filled, or at the very least get caught at the 50% of the level. Because
Check gold real quick.
gold, yeah,
Wrong.
I'll have a look. Hold on.
This I feel a little. Looks good. Is what I'm trying to
It
say.
looks good, yeah. It looks good for longs. We have loads of failure swings and low resistance liquidity right here. We
Yeah,
can
this looks really
we
good.
can get a pop to the
Check the
upside.
15 minutes. 15 minutes is just nasty.
Yeah, we also have this order block on the 50 minute as well. This is a pretty
Damn.
clear indication of longs right here. We are below the midnight price as well, and we have all this low resistance liquidity. The main issue that I have, which can potentially not be an issue in this case, is this remaining BC right here. We have a very little amount of BC that we can fill, and potentially we can go for a run up higher to sweep the liquidity, fill the
No,
BC.
I'm gonna go on another paper account and just leave a long there to see what happens. I
Gold
don't
is
play gold.
bullish and will reach possibly now it will reach 3,262 because of CRT.
I'll leave a swing trade on another paper account because I don't trade gold.
Hold on. Let me have a
See
look.
how
Yeah,
that
in the
does.
1 hour, the 1 hour looks very good. You can see that we got a full fill of the fair value gap in the 1 hour,
Yeah,
and
it's just
it
really
looks
good.
very good.
This
I like
is
this. I like this.
this looks really nice.
I like this for a
I
potential
took the
volatility
gold
upside.
trade, but that was in before.
Yeah.
Anyways, so long there.
Okay. Anyways, let's get back to NQ on the 5 minute chart. It's good to have two charts on two sides because you can kind of gauge how the candle's being built on a bit of, like a little bit of a higher time frame.
Probably should not have exited my long, but that's a mistake I'm gonna learn from. It's fine.
Okay, that's fine. So
Profits, profits. I'm not
I'll
gonna.
partial right here. Go on. There you go. I've hit my partial and just put my stop loss at break even. So within like in both this video and my on this like a live stream as well, talking with you guys, I want to talk about something important as well. How to risk. So as traders, we are risk managers, and we're also uh, trade managers, and
Shit.
we also like have to do all these things. Have our TPs, have our stop losses, entry management, and everything. How to like if you want to learn how to risk, you guys have to go through a certain criterias. Is price at the entry at like first things first? Is price at the entry at like? Second, is price too much in a premium, so I have to widen my stop loss? Is my target realistic? Is my target realistic? Is my target in line with order flow? Right. So let's break this down step by step, right? By showing my executions. So remember how I had my entry right here. People that are watching the live stream can also watch the video when I post it. So one thing that you have to understand, right, is this is an entry that I would like, right? It's a very low risk entry, very low drawdown entry, right? This risk to reward is very high, okay? So this is the entry that I'd like. So now, talking about this trade that I was in before I got stopped out at break even, was that the entry that I liked? No. So that is why I've reduced my risk. Okay, I've hit a break even right here, and I've reduced my risk right here. I've still, at the end of the day, I've still made 40, 19, and 6. Okay, in terms of win rate, I am still within a little bit above 50%. So that's not the main problem. The main thing is that at the very least I am managing my risk, and my win rate is quite good as well. And that is because I have these criterias. If price is at the entry that like, I will size it
Okay,
a bit
now I'm
heavy.
seeing what I want.
Yeah, because we reached a minus one deviation, so the target for the manipulation has potentially been reached as well. Anyways, is price at the entry that I'd like? If it is, you can size in a bit heavier. If it's not, size less if you want to take the trade, because at the very least you'll thank yourself. Okay? Is price too much in a premium, so I have to widen my stop loss? In this case, price I had an entry right here, 3 micros, and I had to widen my stop loss in this case just to hit this -1 deviation, right? But I put my break even because I wasn't so much confident in this trade. So I did widen my stop loss. I hit my stop loss at break even as I've tightened it, and then price just went up, right? Is my target realistic? In this case, my -1 deviation was my first target before partial, right? Because this was a realistic target. The other target maybe could have not been realistic. We don't know, right? We don't know up until we have our confirmations. And is my target in line with order flow? My target in this case, -1, was in target with the order flow, and that's why I hit TP in this case. Not TP, -1 deviation. So right now we had another order block swing right here. So potentially, like, this is not an entry that I would like, as we have swept significant liquidity. But this in another world, I would have
I do
this as
feel
a
like
preferable entry.
if it wants to go short, it should around here though. I do think so.
Um
I really do.
we've invalidated this bullish fair value gap, so you can see that this is still an order block swing, because we do have the draw on the upside. Do I trust it? Don't know. We also have this order block. This is a mohawk actually. This might be an entry that I like, so I'll size in a bit heavier on this case. Put my stop loss at the 50% and targeting this high right here. So yeah, is not targeting in line with the order flow. Yeah. So this would be an entry that I like, because in terms of market maker models, order block swings are very important. If you know that you are in a buy model, then you can take order block swings. In this case, I am taking this order block swing on the 5 minute and this order block swing on the lower time frame as well, just because I feel like it's a very convincing trade to me. It might not be a convincing trade to you because it's too much in a premium, which there's nothing wrong about, but for me it is a convincing trade. And if I have any type of change in judgment, all I can do is just close early, tighten my stop loss, or just let my trade hit my stop loss. I don't have any problems with that because I know I can recover my drawdown. So let's have a look. We are rejecting quite nicely, but the stop loss, of course, is not as wide as I thought we were gonna reject, just around the way here. So let's see if I hit my stop loss.
My shorts is going good.
I'm very close to my
Depending on
stop
where
loss.
this bearish candle closes, I might go break even. It, if it's rejecting bullish, I don't know. If it this displays lower, then I'll look. But right now it's rejecting bullish.
Yeah, hold on.
Exactly what I don't want in my case.
Yeah,
For you, it's good.
so this would be my entry. Like this would be my entry level right here. I didn't mark out this rejection block because I haven't seen it, but here, hold on. I'll just change this. There you go. There you go. Your trade can still work, of course. I just this is in line with my model, right? Because I feel like so
Yeah,
we are
obviously
we are in a
we trade kind of
portfolio.
different stuff.
Yeah,
We trade different stuff. So
yeah,
I could lose, you could lose. I could win, you could win. See, I don't like this now. We already tapped into this gap. We're testing it.
yeah. So as you can see here, I was very close to my stop loss, literally like a couple of points right here. The way I've managed my stop loss was quite good. Even if I had it at the 50%, I would have not gotten stopped out. Potentially, okay? I don't know if the spreads fuck me up or whatever, but it's a potential thing, right? My other confluence was the fact that we are in a buy model. Of course, you can see right here that we have tapped into this order block and we are rejected nicely as well in the 5 minutes. So all these are my confluences. Of course, I can still hit my stop loss, but this, to me, okay, order block swings in a bullish order flow or like order block swings in a bearish order flow, they are the best entry criterias for me, right? You
What
guys,
chart is that on the right?
it's NQ 5 minutes.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see. Interesting. My gold long so far is going good.
yeah,
Got
good
a
stuff,
pretty good entry if you want to watch.
good stuff.
Stuff is right there.
So this is literally an example of what I would like in price. So let me just refine this here, and I had my entry just below here, my stop loss just around about here. Okay, there you go. And I'm aiming for a 4 risk to reward ratio. Like this order block swing was really nice, and I really liked how we respected in the 1 minute as well. So this to me was an A plus setup. Okay, no kizzy. So let's have a look and wait a little bit. And once we hit TP in this trade, I will close the recording. And for the live stream people, if you guys got any questions about anything, just let me know. You know what I'm saying, bro?
And rip on for me on that one.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So my long is running very nice. I was like,
I'm still not in a loss for today. Bit of
yeah,
profit, but my gold long is so far going good. To displace this level on gold is pretty
yeah.
GG.
So I had my long here, break even right here. Yeah, here TP like partial. then break even, and this long, this last long right here. So I add my long just about here. Yeah, this was where my long is. Okay, that's fine.
Man, gold is brain dead. You see breaker block, you press buy.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same with NQ. To be honest, I really like NQ.
I just saw a 5 minute. I just saw a 15-minute order block and I pressed buy, and not even that. Like, let me see.
Yeah.
4 hour looked really good. Clean
CRT.
power tree. I expect this 4 hour candle on gold to expand, and
What I'm gonna do
its
right now is
expansion
partial
target
free.
is where my TP is.
Partial free contracts just around about here. I'll put my marking tool as well and say just partial.
And if anyone is looking on my chart, because I just saw two people get in, reason I took this long, sweep right here. We saw the 4 hour. We know what that's looking like. Saw this gap.
So I've
Got a bit into it. Went back up. I don't want it to get retested, so I just entered right there.
yeah, okay.
Stop there.
So I've
Bro
mitigated
does
my
not want to let me speak.
partial. No, sorry, bro. I've managed my partial, so now all I'm doing is letting it run. I The only thing in terms of my risk appetite is if price wants to, it can tap in this BPR right here. But any further than that, I do not want to see anything else. Okay, there shouldn't be any reason for price to tap into this fair value gap slash BPR just because we've rebalanced this point right here, this order block. So as it has rebalanced this order block, it doesn't need to rebalance anything else because it's taken out liquidity first things first, just around about here, and price, just hit a reversal. This was a very nice, very nice trade right here. I was in a drawdown. I could have waited a little bit more to get a perfect entry, but either way, what happened has happened. I don't mind, to be honest. So we reached minus 0.5 deviation, and we're gonna reach at 1.5 as well. So yeah, good stuff.
Gold trade determines if I'll ever trade gold again or not. Just saying. Extremely good setup.
Yeah, but the thing is, when gold moves, it actually moves quite well. To be honest, I really like gold. Okay, I'm gonna put
I mean, look at the 1 minute right now. What do you think?
the last one right here, and I'm just letting it run. Honestly, I just
Check gold down.
putting my stop loss just where the initial partial was, and just let it run. I'm looking at gold right now in this chart. Uh, I would rather wait for price to rebalance around here, for gold. I really like this rebalancing point for gold.
True. Possibly.
Yeah, like the thing is with gold is that it's very reliant on the higher time frame entries. If you have higher time frame entries, you are cooking basically.
Yeah.
It's very good stuff.
Well, I mean, check the 4 hour. The 4 hour is just, I don't know, something about this 4 hour is really sexy.
Yeah, so this 4 hour,
Or the 3 hour, even better 3 hour. Or I think it was two. I'm not sure. Yeah,
uh,
this.
like the NWOG top is very nice. I really like the NWOG top, to be honest.
And also the propulsion block, kind of, or the block, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, this propulsion block is very nice. I like
Yeah.
it. So this last Fair Valley Gap fill, I don't mind it getting filled, but I want price to just run up above. If it doesn't, then that's me finished for this trade specifically. So let's see how much RR I've made. I've made it, yeah, just short of this bottom right here and everything. So yep, I've hit my break even. That's completely fine. So in terms of risk to reward ratio, so I've had a partial here, so all from the same entry, just around about here. So that was my first partial. My first partial was here. Hold on, let me just remove this. And my stop loss is all the same. So here, so 1.6, 2.77, and this one is roundabout. Yeah, just roundabout the same. To be honest, it's yeah, it's just 1.6. So overall 1.6, 2.77, and 1.6 again.
Not the best
It's
day,
about
to be honest. Let's be
four
real. The
four
best.
RR for each macro that I've done. I
So
really
yeah,
do.
not the best day, but we still did good. GG's.
Anyways, for the video, guys, I hope you guys liked this little live stream that I did with my members in my on my
Two
Discord,
viewers.
and thank you very much for watching and everything. I've
Join the
kind of
fucking Discord.
okay. I've started the live stream a bit late because I was working out on some content as well.
Listen,
But
we
yeah,
need the money from you buying the courses. We're scammers. Join the fucking Discord,
all
okay?
right, all right, all right. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next live stream
Or Ron is
uploading I'm gonna do,
racist.
and see you guys later. Bye bye.